Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone to the Sila Tajweed program. This will be the first lesson on Tajweed. Our Sheikh today is Sheikh Dr. Hamza Abunawara, who is a doctor and also a Sheikh and a teacher of Tajweed for many years, as well as ijazat in many qira'at, and is kindly volunteered to deliver these sessions. Our first session will be on place of articulation, which is Makharij Huruf. And I'll hand you over to the Sheikh. تفضل Sheikh مشكورا.
السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. بارك الله فيك يا مسعود, جزاك الله خيرا. Inshallah, we're going to do the lessons regarding the tajweed of Quran, makharij and mudud and mim al-sakina and tanween, ahkam al-nun al-sakina as well. We start inshallah today with the places of articulations. Place of articulation in Quran on tajweed, this is, I think, from my experience, is the most important thing. That's the mouth and throat and how to pronunciate the letters. So that comes before the mudud and the nun sakin and tanween. So you have to know this one when you read the Quran. Then you go to you jump to the next step. So that's one of the very important lesson in ahkam al-tajweed and Quran. We start with the mouth and throat, as I say, the places of articulations. So let's go through the introduction. What's the makharij? What's that? So the word makharij comes from the verb, which means leave or exit. So makhraj, it's the singular word, makhraj. The jama', the plural is makharij, refer to the places from which a letter is pronunciated from. That's the makharij. So the articulation point of a letter is the place the letter is emitted. So we pronunciate the letter, meaning a sound that comes out of the mouth relying on a specific place of articulation, or approximately one. So when using the articulation point of the letter, that's you pronunciate the letter correctly, okay? So we have articulation points. What does that mean? There are 5 organs of speech. So in Arabic, use 5 organs. خمسة أعضاء of speaking, okay, 5. And these 5 organs are 17 articulation points. And what we call it is makharij al-hurufi 17 in Arabic. That's the Imam al-Jawzi. We will come inshallah to that. It's a bit early to speak about it. But makharij al-huruf in Arabic is 17. The articulation or the makhraj in Arabic, we consider 17 makhraj for al-huruf. Makharij al-hurufi is 17. Let's start is one by one, okay? We start with al-jawf. Al-jawf in Arabic is oral cavity. The oral cavity, that's we call it in Arabic al-jawf. So al-jawf, or the oral cavity, is the origin of the letters alif al-sakina, waw al-sakina, and the ya sakina. So preceded by their corresponding vowels, which is fatha, dhamma, kasra, okay? So the fatha is read by the opening of the mouth, and the kasra by the lowering the jaw, and the dhamma was circling the lips. And I think you know this one. Fatha, kasra is e, and dhamma is u. Okay, for example, e, u. If we go to the next slide, it's the explanation. I think that's the really important slide in this lesson. That's below is this one is the diagram, which is show us the halaq, the jawf, and the air in the mouth flows from the throat and out through the mouth. Is not nose, okay? So that's really important to something. We don't use the nose in pronunciation of some letters. Okay, that's I think one is the mistake that's most of the students make. So you use your throat and out through the mouth. In the first one, we can see on the right, we start with the right one, you can see you're open and you can see the air is coming from your mouth. That's al-halaq there. A, letter alif, sakina, with a fatha. A, when a fatha before, a. The second one is oo. Can you see the lips there? Oo. You see? it's slightly open, you know, you can see ooh, and you close your lips. Ooh, slightly, you can see the air comes up. The last one is E, letter with kasra. It's yeah and kasra before. It's E. E. We're still using the jawf mouth, okay? That's really important because we use this one in, I think is most of the words in Arabic, we use one of these, or oo, the sound, or E, okay? That's, we were talking about what? Al-jawf, or al-cavity. Now we're gonna go to the throat. Al-halaq, your throat is really, really important. Al-halaq, okay? So what is al-halaq? So Ibn al-Jazari, rahimahullah ta'ala, continues stating the articulation points of the letters in his Mudawwana, okay? In his Mudawwana. We'll inshallah talk about this one. He got his writing is same Mudawwana Arabic. It's like his he writing and did the مخارج الحروف in قصيدة أو in شعر. How to say it in English? I don't know exactly what's the word in English, but he wrote and he did all of these things, which makes things more easy for us, Qurra, or the who reads the Quran, who teaches the Quran, makes things precise things very, very nicely. Okay. So let's say the halaq, throat. We have 3 different points in the throat. أقصى الحلق, the back of your halaq, or the middle of your halaq, or the in front of your halaq. We have some letters from different areas, okay? Let's start with this one. ثم لأقصى الحلق, that's أقصى, that's the further of your throat back. ها, همز, ها. You see how to pronounce it when you say ha, you go to the back of your throat, okay? Ha and you can't say ha. This is aqsa, back of your halaq. If you go to middle of your throat, sorry, it's not halaq, we talk about halaq, throat. In Arabic is al-halaq, okay? So the middle of your throat, we got 2 letters. Ha, and ha. This is from the wasf of your throat. If you go to the adna, which is in front of you, the al-halaq, throat, is gha and kha. Gha, kha. Can you imagine, can you just translate in your prayer when you say the letter and imagine where you go exactly? So when you say kha, you can't say kha from the back of your halaq, isn't it? So the adna al-halaq, here, it's adna, the in front of your halaq, or the beginning of your halaq. Gha, kha. If you go to the middle, you feel it just a bit further than kha. You see, kha, it's a bit down. And back, aqsa, ha. It's really, really, you can feel it in the back of your throat, okay? So the 6 letters from al-halaq, the throat, okay? So we have al-halaq and the throat. There, well, you go to the next slide now to see there are 3 articulation points in the throat. We just spoke about it. Yeah, the adna al-halaq, wasat, the middle, top of the halaq, middle of the halaq, deep, that's the aqsa, back. You can see it now in this diagram, it's really nice. So if I say now adna al-halaq, you can see there kha and a. Kha, you can imagine where is that kha coming from. Yeah, and you practice this one in yourself. Just say kha and you imagine this picture and pronunciate the letter. That's the way how to pronunciate it correctly. It's just exercise, train and train and train, okay? The other one is the articulation points in the throat. Each articulation point has 2 letters that emit from it. So what we're saying is, you can see the diagram, adna al-halaq, middle of the halaq, and deep of the halaq, okay? And we have the top of the throat, the other one picture down, the top of the throat, and the middle of the throat, and as a part of the throat as well, Hamza and her. Okay. I think that's all for the articulations, the place of articulation in the mouth and throat. We use both in this. نسأل الله العظيم رب العرش العظيم أن يكون this one is beneficial for you students. بارك الله فيكم وجزاكم الله خيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.